Hi, everyone, and welcome to Shadowing with Izzy. You are in the perfect place to start sounding like a natural English speaker instead of a textbook. If you feel stuck translating in your head, do not worry because we are going to fix that today. In this lesson, we are practicing how to agree and disagree naturally in conversations. I will speak a natural sentence. Then there will be silence. In that silence, repeat exactly what I said, trying to copy my rhythm and flow. Remember that fluency is about building muscle memory, not understanding every single grammar rule perfectly. I speak English smoothly and confidently. I express my opinions with absolute ease. My fluency is improving every single day. Let's start by looking at how we agree with someone. I completely agree with what you just said. You have made a really fantastic point there. I feel exactly the same way about this. That is exactly what I was thinking earlier. I totally support your idea because it makes sense. You hit the nail on the head with that. I could not agree with you more on this. That sounds like a wonderful plan to me. We are definitely on the same page right now. I am so glad we agree on this issue. Now, let's practice sharing a different opinion without being rude. I see your point, but I somewhat disagree. I am afraid I have a slightly different perspective. That is true. However, we should consider other options. I understand what you mean, but I am unsure. I respectfully disagree with your conclusion on this topic. While I appreciate your view, I think quite differently. I'm not entirely sure that is the best approach. We might need to look at this another way. I hear you, although I have some serious concerns. Perhaps we should think about it a little bit more. You are doing absolutely wonderfully so far. Every time you repeat a sentence, you are training your brain and mouth to work together. This is exactly how you build real muscle memory for fluency, so keep that fantastic energy up. Let's move on to finding a comfortable middle ground together. If we compromise, we can find a great solution. I am willing to accept part of your proposal. Could we possibly meet halfway on this difficult issue? If you change the schedule, I can completely agree. Let us try to figure out a fair compromise. I agree with your first point, but not the second. We need to balance both of our ideas fairly. Maybe we can combine our thoughts into one plan. I will agree if we make a few small changes. That seems like a reasonable compromise for both sides. Finally, let's practice how we wrap up our discussion nicely. It looks like we have reached an agreement today. I am glad we talked through our different opinions. Even though we disagreed, we had a good conversation. Let us agree to disagree on that minor point. I appreciate you listening to my side of things. We finally figured out a solution that works well. Thank you for being so open to my ideas. We managed to resolve our differences quite successfully today. I am happy we settled this matter so quickly. Let us move forward with this brand new plan. Now, sit back and just listen. Notice how the words flow together. Do not repeat after me yet. Yesterday, my colleague and I had a meeting to discuss our new project. At first, I completely agreed because his idea was very creative. However, when we started planning the schedule, we ran into some trouble. He wanted to finish everything by Friday, but I respectfully disagreed. I told him that I saw his point, although rushing the project might cause careless mistakes. We talked for a long time and we tried hard to find a fair middle ground. I suggested that we extend the deadline to next Tuesday. He thought about it for a moment and then he said that it was a very reasonable compromise. We finally figured out a solution that worked well for both of us. Even though we disagreed at first, we communicated nicely and resolved our differences. I am really glad we talked through our different opinions so openly. I completely agreed because his idea was very creative. I respectfully disagreed because rushing might cause careless mistakes. We tried hard to find a fair middle ground. He said that it was a very reasonable compromise. We finally figured out a solution that worked well. You did such an amazing job today. I want to warmly congratulate you for handling this intermediate lesson with so much focus. I am so incredibly proud of your steady progress toward natural fluency. Remember to keep practicing, and I truly hope to see you next time.